They made me feel so comfortable. It felt like a family just stepping in through the doors. My econ professor, Tim Kern, like if I see him, I cannot thank him enough, because that one class I took with him senior year led me to take finance into college, led me to get into the financial industry, led me to private wealth management now. And without that class, I wouldn't have even known what the next step was. There's a lot of things that the students up here get to be exposed to that I didn't get to be exposed to in the city. So my senior year is my first year playing basketball, and I have all these teammates that are willing to help me and willing to show me what they learned in their training to help me get better. There is 100% in my mind, I'm very confident, there's a back and forth give and take between scholarship attendees at North Shore Country Day and people and students that live in the northern community and go to North Shore Country Day. I think there's a big impact that you get to learn from both ways. I think it's a two-way street, not a one-way street. And that two-way street really highlights the well-rounded individual that can become by combining the two groups together and bringing the two perspectives together.
I actually still quote to my patients Mr. Shipley's statement. Our first day of theater class, he said, all you need to know is what you don't know. And I still use that for my own life, and I tell my patients that. So that way they don't focus on things that are easy for them, but rather really take that leap of faith and try to grow. Junior year, I was president, and I don't think I ever saw myself as president of any class, that kind of stuff, but I really think that's just sort of the beginning of ability to see yourself as a leader, right? And then senior year, I was vice president of the student body with Peggy as the president. So to me, that was leadership, right? And it was an opportunity to grow. Back to the idea that North Shore gave me opportunities to try things out and to expand my horizon in ways that maybe a big school wouldn't have given me. I'm a clinical psychologist. I've actually opened mental health clinics that focus on the Latino and underserved communities throughout the city of Chicago. The motto of live and serve has been awesome for me, right? And that's how I live my life, you know. Centro Castillo, the clinic that I work, is heavily on sliding scale because of that. Because it's about, we give away and then it comes back to us tenfold. It really does give an opportunity to people to see different worlds. And worlds, it's not just culture, religious, socioeconomics, and we learn from everything. People are different, right? And kids are different. That's why you have to kind of help find a way to educate all people.
So personally, as an 8th grader, I was extremely intellectually curious. And that's what made me want to pursue education at a small independent school like North Shore. I wanted that individual attention, and I wanted the ability to explore topics with the teachers that were passionate and that had the time and capacity to really work with me as a student. I was definitely a very shy person, but in a community where there's only about 50 people in your graduating class, you have to adapt very quickly. And I think I took that to college in particular. I'm able to do things that I never thought I would be able to do. I lead clubs and organizations both on and off campus, and I engage with people across the New Orleans community. I went to a school like North Shore that allowed me to really expand my horizons and learn about things that I never thought I would learn about.
Right now, I am the lower school dean of student life at Francis Parker. I spent 10 years in the classroom teaching and recently just made this move, which has been super rewarding and really valuable, just being able to sort of still collaborate with teachers and parents and kids, but in a little bit of a different way.
2nd grade, again, Jenny Plisko was another fabulous teacher. It came time to do the contracts, and the tuition, I think, went up to $6,000. It went up to something that was just out of our reach. She said, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to try to do something, and I'll get back to you. So she ended up writing a letter, which I still have. And the letter was signed by every person that Lee interacted with in the school. We need Lee Cross. Lee's departure would be a terrible loss to the 2nd grade and to North Shore. More importantly, because of the special advantages North Shore can provide Lee for her future, granting a scholarship will in the long term make the world a better place. And they offered that Ashleigh would also get the scholarship. And that was the best thing that Chuck and I ever did, because he fell in love with all those teachers, as did I. And They ended up being lifers.
Having a scholarship allowed our family, a multiracial family, we lived with someone who was a wheelchair user. I think in terms of family structure, sort of had a very sort of atypical exterior look for what you would maybe expect. And I think that the school allowed us to sort of bring our full authentic selves to the table all the time.
I feel like the education that they received, not just through books, has taken them to where they are today.
Well, I just want to say thank you to all the supporters of the scholarship. It truly changed my life forever. It's changing my brother's life forever, and it's changing lives that I can't even speak about forever.
I am truly grateful for my experience and my time here. I do think that I've become a better person because of what I was exposed to here and the opportunities that I was given. So I am very grateful to North Shore.
I have taken the growth that I had at North Shore and expanded it into my entire career. So I'm extremely thankful for that.
The love, the education, it was way more than we ever expected.